Did you know that 90% of startups fail?
It's a shocking number.
Even more surprising, 42% of them fail because there's no market need for their product. That's a lot of wasted time and resources. But there's a way to beat these odds. Imagine launching a product that customers actually want, and doing it fast. That's the power of an MVP, a minimum viable product. It's all about starting small but thinking big. With the right strategies, you can turn a simple idea into a market leader.
We'll share secrets from successful startups like Dropbox and Spotify.
You'll learn how they used these strategies to go from unknown to unstoppable.
Plus, we'll give you actionable tips to apply these strategies to your own project.
Ready to dive in? Let's get started and turn your MVP into a game changer.
Chapter 1. Lean Start. Embrace the power of simplicity.
Starting with less can lead to more.
The idea here is to embrace simplicity. Focus on essential features only.
Think of it as removing clutter. Did you know that Dropbox started with just a simple demo video? They didn't have a product yet, just an idea. This minimalist approach allowed them to test the market without heavy investment.
Why waste time building something nobody wants?
Eric Ries, in his book, The Lean Startup, says, "The goal of a startup is to figure out the right thing to build, the thing customers want and will pay for, as quickly as possible. It's all about smart work, not hard work." Simplicity doesn't mean lack of quality. It means clarity and focus.
You streamline your process and reduce costs.
A Harvard Business Review study found that businesses focusing on simplicity see a 79% increase in customer loyalty.
That's huge. Take the example of Buffer, a social media scheduling tool. They started with a landing page.
The page described the idea and had a sign-up form. This way, they gauged interest before building anything.
No complex features, just the core idea. Minimalism helps in faster decision-making.
When you have fewer options, you decide quicker.
According to psychologist Barry Schwartz, the paradox of choice is that more options can lead to decision paralysis.
So, keep it simple. A minimalist approach also means fewer bugs. With fewer features, there's less that can go wrong.
This makes your initial product more reliable. Less stress, fewer headaches.
Steve Jobs once said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." And it's true. A simple, clear product often has the most significant impact. Customers understand it better, and it serves their needs efficiently. In the early stages, it's essential to stay agile. If your product is too complex, changing directions can be a nightmare. Keep it lean, and pivot when necessary. Airbnb started as just a simple website offering air mattresses in living rooms.
Look where they are now. A lean start also means a quicker launch.
The faster you launch, the faster you get feedback. And feedback is gold. It tells you what works and what doesn't. It helps you improve without wasting time and resources. Remember, the goal is to solve a problem. Focus on that problem and how you can solve it in the simplest way possible. The rest can come later.
Chapter 2. Customer-centric development. Listen and learn. Listening to your customers can transform your product.
It's not just about hearing them, it's about understanding their needs. Engage with your target audience directly. Surveys, interviews, and user testing are great tools. According to a survey by PwC, 73% of customers point to experience as an important factor in purchasing decisions. They want products that solve their problems effectively. And who better to tell you how to do that than the customers themselves? Take Slack, for example. They constantly iterated based on user feedback. This customer-centric approach made them a favorite in team collaboration tools. As Slack's founder Stuart Butterfield said, "We are always listening to our users and iterating on what they tell us." Engage your users early and often. Create a feedback loop. This means continuously collecting and analyzing feedback. Then, make improvements based on that feedback. It's a cycle that never stops. User testing can reveal surprising insights. Sometimes, users will use your product in ways you never expected. These insights can lead to innovative features that set you apart from the competition. Involve your users in the development process. Make them feel like a part of your journey. This builds loyalty and creates advocates for your product. These early adopters can be your biggest promoters. Feedback isn't just about what's wrong. It's also about what's right.
Knowing what users love about your product is just as important as knowing what they don't.
It helps you double down on your strengths. Sometimes, users can't articulate what they want. It's your job to read between the lines.
Look at how they use the product, not just what they say about it. Actions speak louder than words. Did you know that 65% of consumers find a positive experience with a brand to be more influential than great advertising? That's according to a study by PwC. So, a product shaped by real user feedback can be your best marketing tool. Building a product based on customer feedback can save you from expensive mistakes. It ensures you're building something people actually want. And when people want your product, they're willing to pay for it. Remember, the customer is the heart of your product. Keep them at the center of your development process. Listen to them, learn from them, and let their needs guide your product. This approach doesn't just lead to a successful MVP. It sets the foundation for a product that thrives in the market. Chapter 3. Rapid Prototyping. Fail fast, learn faster. Rapid prototyping is a game changer. It's all about creating quick, functional models of your product. This lets you test ideas without heavy investment. The goal is to fail fast and learn faster. You want to find out what works and what doesn't as soon as possible. Take Zappos, for example. The founder, Nick Swinmurn, tested his idea by taking photos of shoes at local stores. He then posted them online to see if people would buy them. This simple prototype validated his concept before he built the entire business. Speed is key in rapid prototyping. According to the book, Sprint, by Jake Knapp, the sprint gives teams a shortcut to learning without building and launching. In just 5 days, you can go from idea to prototype to user feedback. Prototypes don't have to be perfect. They just need to be good enough to test your core assumptions. This is crucial. It's better to have a rough version now than a perfect one never. The key is to start testing as soon as possible. Use simple tools. You don't need fancy software to create a prototype. Paper sketches, clickable wireframes, or even simple mock-ups can work wonders. The focus should be on functionality, not polish. User testing is essential. Once you have a prototype, get it in front of real users. Observe how they interact with it. Take note of any confusion or frustration. These are your opportunities for improvement. A great example is Airbnb. They started with a simple website to test if people would rent out their living spaces. By iterating on user feedback, they quickly improved their platform. Today, they are a global giant in the hospitality industry. Iterate based on feedback. Each prototype is a learning opportunity. Use the insights gained to create the next version. This cycle of prototyping, testing, and iterating is at the heart of rapid prototyping. Chapter 4. Micro-experiments, small tests for big insights. Micro-experiments are your secret weapon. These small, controlled tests can yield significant insights. The idea is to test one thing at a time. This way, you can see what works without overhauling your entire product. Take Google's approach. They're famous for running thousands of micro-experiments. Each one tests a small change. This helps them optimize their products with precision. As Eric Schmidt once said, we run 50 to 100 experiments a day. Design your experiments carefully. Each should have a clear hypothesis. For example, if we change the color of this button, more people will click it. This keeps your tests focused and your results clear. Keep your experiments simple. The goal is to get quick, actionable results. You don't need to test everything at once. Focus on the most critical aspects of your product. This keeps the process manageable and the results meaningful. Analyze your results thoroughly. Look at both quantitative and qualitative data. Numbers can tell you what happened, but user feedback can tell you why it happened. This combination gives you a complete picture. Did you know that Facebook uses A/B testing for nearly every change? This method of micro-experimentation helps them optimize user experience continuously. It's one reason they stay ahead in the competitive social media landscape. Learn from failures. Not every experiment will succeed. That's okay. Each failure is a learning opportunity. It tells you what doesn't work, which is just as valuable as knowing what does. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Start small. Test a single feature or change at a time. This makes it easier to isolate the effects of your experiment. Plus, small changes are easier to implement and roll back if needed. Scale up based on results.
Once you find something that works, expand on it. Implement the successful change across your product.
This methodical approach ensures you're making data-driven decisions.
Micro-experiments can lead to significant improvements. A study by Optimizely found that companies using A/B testing see an average conversion lift of 13%.
This shows the power of small, incremental changes. Chapter 5. Agile Collaboration, Building a Dream Team.
Building a dream team is essential for your MVP success.
Collaboration is key.
An agile team can adapt quickly, and that's what you need. Start by assembling a diverse group. Different skills and perspectives can lead to innovative solutions. Agile methods emphasize flexibility.
According to the Agile Manifesto, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This means your team should prioritize communication and collaboration. Regular meetings, like daily stand-ups, keep everyone on the same page. Spotify is a great example. They use an agile framework with small, cross-functional teams called squads. Each squad works autonomously, which speeds up decision-making. This approach has helped Spotify scale rapidly while maintaining flexibility. Encourage open communication. Everyone should feel comfortable sharing ideas and feedback. Psychological safety is crucial. Google found that their most successful teams had high levels of psychological safety. Team members felt safe to take risks and be vulnerable. Use collaborative tools. Platforms like Slack, Trello, and Jira can streamline communication and project management. These tools keep everyone connected, whether they're in the same office or working remotely. Foster a culture of continuous improvement. Agile teams constantly evaluate their processes and look for ways to improve. After each sprint, hold a retrospective meeting. Discuss what went well and what could be better. This iterative approach leads to gradual but significant improvements. Empower your team. Trust them to make decisions. Micromanagement stifles creativity and slows down progress. Give your team the autonomy to solve problems their way. As Steve Jobs said, it doesn't make sense to hire smart people and then tell them what to do. Celebrate successes. Recognize and reward your team's hard work. This boosts morale and keeps everyone motivated. A study by Gallup found that employees who receive regular recognition are more productive and engaged. Keep the team small. Jeff Bezos follows the 2-pizza rule. If a team can't be fed with 2 pizzas, it's too big. Smaller teams communicate better and move faster. They're more agile and can pivot quickly when needed. Chapter 6. Strategic Scaling, from MVP to Market Leader. Scaling your MVP strategically is crucial. You need a plan. Start by leveraging your initial success. Use the feedback and data collected during the MVP phase to guide your next steps. Focus on what worked and why. Understand your market. Market research is key. Who are your customers? What are their needs and pain points? Use growth hacking techniques. These are creative, low-cost strategies to acquire and retain customers. Dropbox grew from 100,000 to 4 million users in 15 months through a referral program. They offered extra storage space for referrals, which encouraged users to spread the word. Optimize your product based on user feedback. Continuous improvement is essential. Keep iterating and refining your product. A study by McKinsey found that companies using advanced analytics to understand customer behavior see 126% profit improvement. Invest in marketing. A solid marketing strategy can propel your MVP to new heights. Use social media, content marketing, and SEO to reach a broader audience. Track your metrics to see what works and adjust accordingly. Scale your operations wisely. As demand grows, you'll need to scale your infrastructure. This includes everything from customer support to IT systems. Amazon Web Services, Oz, is a great example. They scaled their cloud infrastructure to support millions of users worldwide. Expand your team strategically. Hire people who align with your vision and culture. Focus on key roles that will drive growth. LinkedIn CEO Jeff Weiner emphasizes hiring for culture fit, stating, "Next to having the right product, the right team is the most important factor for success." Form strategic partnerships. Collaborating with other companies can open new markets and opportunities.
For example, Spotify's integration with Facebook helped them rapidly grow their user base by tapping into Facebook's massive audience.
Monitor your finances closely.
Scaling can be expensive, so it's essential to manage your budget carefully.
Keep an eye on cash flow and expenses.
A study by CB Insights found that 29% of startups fail because they run out of cash.
Stay customer-focused. As you scale, never lose sight of your customers. Their needs and feedback should continue to guide your development.
A customer-centric approach ensures you're building a product that people love and want to use. Remember, scaling is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, planning, and perseverance. By leveraging your initial success, understanding your market, and staying agile, you can transform your MVP into a market leader. Keep iterating, keep improving, and stay focused on your vision.